Break to it. Alright guys, we're back. Back at it. We're in the shop. As you can see, the car ain't in here yet. If you watched the last video, you know where the car is sitting at the moment. But first things first, we need to clean this dirty floor up. Go ahead and get it all swept up, and that way it's clean before we bring the car in. Get some of the junk out of the way we got laying around. And like I said, I don't like rolling around on a dirty floor with a bunch of crap and metal shavings and all that. At least not to start off with, but we try our best to keep up with it. It just makes it a lot nicer working on stuff. I didn't like working on a car in a gravel driveway to start with, so I don't want to bring the gravel driveway onto my concrete floor. Door open. So we're gonna get this swept up, and then we're gonna get started. Try to get started on the car. I gotta go down to my in-laws for some dinner here in a little bit. So we're gonna try to get some stuff straightened on the car before we pull it in, or at least try. It's kind of disheartening a little bit. You know, worked so hard to try to get the car back together. Had a great car. Everybody, a lot of people were impressed with how it ran in the heat, and a lot of them are pretty impressed how I was doing in the feature up till I got put on the inside. But it is what it is. We're gonna see what we can't do to fix it. Okay, so the game plan is to take my big Branson 4815R. R stands for Racer. We plan on taking it. We got a chain hooked there. That goes back to there, somewhere in there. Yep. If everything goes right, we're going to take the tractor and pull that way. The car's going to slide up against that tree on that bar. And the plan is, hopefully, when it hits that bar up there, the bar holds and it pulls the frame back to where it should be. I don't think it's bent all the way up to the back of the cab. I think it's just mainly bent right there at the fuel cell. So hopefully this works. Wouldn't be such a big deal if it wasn't for the messing with the leaf spring. If it was a metric car, it wouldn't even be worth messing with, to tell you the truth. So well, we gave her a couple tugs, and I don't think it really helped anything out. Truthfully, I think it probably made it just a little bit worse. There's just not really enough room for me to pull up along the tree there and get the car where I need it to actually do what I need to do. So I don't know what I'm going to do at this point. Truthfully, just kind of aggravated with the whole thing. Just having a horrible year with it, so we'll see what we can't come up with. Well, boys and girls, here we are. You've seen, we tried to straighten the car with the tractor. It started flexing back but as soon as I let the pressure off with the tractor, it popped right back into place. I know this is Sunday, the following complete week later. So I'm not going to have a lot in this video other than what you've seen already. They are supposed to race next weekend. I don't think I'm going to make it. Normally Friday evening, Saturday, and Sunday I'm working as hard as I can on the car to try to get it fixed. And unfortunately, I needed a break. So that's what I did yesterday. Me and CJ went kind of road tripping, and kind of took the day away from the car. Spent some time with CJ. Hadn't done that in a while. Both needed done. Spent some time with the kids. That's one thing about it. It's easy to get wrapped into all this crap and lose focus on where you really need to have it at. I need to finish pulling the decking off the rear here, and then I need to turn around and put some focus on this front end and get the front end off. Actually, I'll probably start with the front end since it's a little easier to get to right now. Front end, as you can see here, took a pretty good hit when I hit Jason head on. I am going to, like I said, I'm going to pull the decking off the rear. It's just going to make it a whole lot easier to look things over. And probably, I'm going to pull the sail panels off too with the decking. Just make things a little easier. We're just going to see how far we get today. I severely doubt that I'm running next weekend. These stickers here, the Faith Flat Out Ministries, kind of was an eye opener to me. First year we ran the modified, kind of got me thinking about going back to church again. Probably been one of the better acquaintances I've came across in my life. So we're going to keep that, at least one of the side panels off that, and hang it up in here somewhere. So far, with having the nose itself off, we do got one bar bent up here on the front bumper here. You might be able to see it a little bit there. Bar is bent, no biggie. We'll straighten it out. Gotta ask, I make you guys car sick watching my videos as much as I'm twisting and jerking the camera around. Actually, we'll hang this up. I'm trying to. I think we gotta turn her around. Give me a second. This ain't an easy process to do one-handed. Some of you know I use my phone. Hey, look at there. I use my phone to do my videos, so it's hard for me to set it down and do stuff. So, just looking up here, nothing looks bent on the front end that I can tell of yet. Looks like I did bend my pedal bracket again. Yep, bent it again. Pedal was kind of sticking a little bit when I was trying to unload the car. So we got that off. That's going to be a fairly easy fix to pop the where it's pushed in at. Should be anyway. I'll say that. We're going to throw it outside and let it sit in the sun for a little bit. so I got the brewer man out here. He's helped me get things straightened out. Has a lot more experience with straightening cars out. We've cut out a good chunk of the rear of the roll cage. Everything was in a bind. When I tried pushing with the tractor, it kept flexing back. So he's kind of helping me pinpoint areas where we can improve at and things like that. But we're working on getting it together. Like I said, we're not racing next week. All right, kids, the brew man's gone. He left me some cleaning up to do on the frame. Next week, we're going to go to his house, his shop, and put the rear end of the car, as you can see. We took the roll cage out. It was causing the rear end to stay in a bind. The fuel cell, the way it was mounted in there was kind of sketchy, and the casing for the fuel cell was pretty well shot, and the shock brackets were kind of a pain to work with on this car. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Brewman's next weekend. We're going to put the rear end back together. New fuel cell. I think we're going to do a whole new fuel cell and mount. We're going to do different shock brackets so we can actually get the shocks just a little bit lower down. They're actually bottomed out, fully extended, I should say, the way that they were before. We're going to fix that issue. Like I said, the fuel cell issue we're going to fix. He was able to get the rear end pretty close. It's hard to say without going on an actual frame rack. I do need to do a little welding. I have cleaned up the frame. He's left me some spots he told me he wanted to clean up. I still need to do a little welding. I need to cut a piece of plate out, and it will weld over here. That's kind of weakened out, and the same over here. And the side of the frame right here has come out. But overall, I took, like I said before, me and CJ went for a road trip yesterday and kind of did some fishing and stuff. You gotta make time for your family, and I truthfully had been spending pretty much my whole time home working on this thing every weekend, pretty much. So it was kind of needed, especially after a couple of stressful weeks of trying to get this thing together and turn around and crash it again. We did come out here, and like I said, we've got some work done on it. But you got to make time for your family. And, you know, I know some of the younger guys probably like, well, I ain't got kids. Well, if you don't have kids, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to listen to that message, but take my advice. When you get a wife and kids, you got to make time for them. It makes life a lot more simpler for everybody. But we're not making next week to the track. I'm just going to come out and say that right up front. The following week is questionable. If any of my sponsors watch my videos, I apologize for that. I'd rather have the car as close to 100% out on the track, not just for mechanical reasons, but for safety reasons. Like I said, there's a few cracks I need to patch up to make it right, make it a little more stronger. The fuel cell, that's a major safety issue. Not necessarily for me, because if it falls out of the car, it's going to hit somebody else's when it explodes. But yeah, we're going to probably be out for the next 2 weeks, which will give us 3 weeks actually to get prepared to go again. Like I said, I want the car to be right. I need to thank Jason. He's going out of his way to help me try to make it better and make it right. He's very knowledgeable on these leaf spring cars. Matter of fact, he would preach to anybody to buy a leaf spring over a metric just because he's that confident with these cars. So we're gonna call it quits. I need to do some welding, but I also need to go in and go to bed and get ready for the week. So that's kind of the last little update on the car for this weekend. I'm sorry the video's short. I'm sorry that I don't know how my video is going to come out next week. Jason moves quick when he gets to moving. He'll talk your ear off at the same time, but when it comes time to get busy, he stays busy and moves quick. I didn't get much video of him working. So that's kind of where we're at on this situation. Like I said, hopefully, we're going to miss the 2 weeks, and there's supposed to be a weekend off for the track anyway. And hopefully we'll be ready for the following weekend. I just want to make sure, even if we get everything back together this or next weekend, this coming weekend, however you want to put it, I would like to have everything put together right when I do get it home and put everything back together. But I'm going to go in, spend a few minutes with the family before everybody starts going to bed. As far as updates on the car, I think I've let you know everything that's going on. So we're going to go in, make me a glass of cold apple juice, try to spend a little time with the family, and rest up. We'll catch you guys later. God bless you. And make time for your family.